Welcome back to Stab the Dragon, episode number 77 for Whiskey Review number 45. As we tonight look at Balcones True Blue 100. Balcones was established in Waco, Texas by Chip Tate in 2008, and his first corn whiskey hit the market the following year. This corn whiskey is made up of blue corn from New Mexico and comes in at 50% ABV or 100 proof in this 750 milliliter bottle. My bottle is labeled TB100 20-2 and is dated 4/23 of 20. And I really like the fact that Balcones stamps a date on their bottles. I mean, that's an extra. You know, they give you the batch number and then they give you the date. That's extra. My total score for this whiskey is a 90, letter grade A+. My recommendation: if you want an amped up version of Baby Blue and that sweet taste of Texas that includes the Texas funk, then this whiskey is for you. It's a must-have if you're tasting your way around the Texas distilleries, but caution, this whiskey may be being phased out. It's no longer on their website. I can't find it in the stores anywhere. I can't find it on the websites. So, I don't know. This may be going bye-bye. Now for the details. History. In the last couple of sessions, I've already reviewed the history of Balcones, but just a quick review. Founded by Chip Tate in 2008, they sold the first whiskey distilled in Texas since the Prohibition days. Tate was undercapitalized and brought in more investors in 2013, who promptly ran him out the next year. Hostile takeover, maybe? I'm not sure if it was just Baby Blue or True Blue 100 was released at the same time. I'm not sure. All the information I've read on it says Baby Blue was the first whiskey released, but if it's the same mash bill, which I've read some reviews that say it is, nothing official though, maybe they were both released simultaneously. I don't know. But for history, of 5 points out of 5, including the legal drama. Marketing, bottle, and packaging. As you can see, this is the same bottle as Baby Blue, except it's a darker blue. Really, it's kind of a deep purple color. And if you've ever seen blue corn, it looks black. I mean, if you're just looking at it, it looks black, but it's actually blue. And so, it's pot distilled, straight corn whiskey. And the legal thing with corn whiskey is it doesn't have to be aged, but if you age it, it's got to be in new oak barrels, not charred, or used oak barrels. Okay, so uncharred new oak or pre-used. There you go. And because it says straight corn whiskey, that means it's been aged in bottles for 2 years. So there you go. The gobbledygook on the back says the veracity of proof since the Bottled in Bond Act of 1897, 100 proof has long stood for quality and authenticity. 100% of the whiskey in this bottle was born, raised, and bottled at Balcones, from mash to glass. True Blue 100 retains the depth and complexity of overproof spirits with the softer edges, supple textures, and fuller fruitiness that slight dilution can bring. Rich notes of honeyed citrus, stone fruit, and cinnamon, and a rich roasted corn and caramel palate. Certified Texas whiskey, distilled and bottled by Balcones Distilling. Some of this I can't read. Jared Hempstead is the head distiller. Aged at least 24 months in oak. Never chill filtered or colored. There you go. That's the marketing, bottle, and packaging. 4 points. Composition. Again, I've read some reviews, and one review from the Whiskey Review in 2020 says this is 100% hoppy blue corn from New Mexico. Hopi is an Indian tribe in New Mexico that raises the blue corn. And they said that it's aged in used 5-gallon casks. Never seen that before. I have no idea if that's accurate. I don't know where they got the information, but that's the only thing I've been able to come up with. And they also mentioned that blue corn has more protein than yellow corn. And I know that's in fact true. I've researched corn on my own for various reasons, and blue corn does have a tiny bit more percentage of protein to carb ratio than yellow corn. So, that affects the flavor perhaps. And this is the 100 proof variety of baby blue, it seems. There's a few questions that are unanswered, or the answers are possible answers. I don't know if they're authoritative. So because there's still some question marks there, 13 out of 15 points for the composition. Appearance. If you look at this whiskey in a glass, you'll see the reddish tint to it. So this is an amber color. I didn't pour very much in that glass because my bottle, as you can see, is down to the last third, and if this is all there is in the marketplace, then I've got to save this for the Texas Whiskey Tournament I'm planning for next year. But this is a fairly dark whiskey, and I love that reddish tinge. If you have seen my videos on Iron Root, their corn whiskey, very similar, right? So physical appearance, I'm going to say is a 5 out of 5 because I really love that dark red color. Now, the nose of this whiskey. Well, I get the corn sweetness and the Texas funk right away, which, again, as bad as my nose is, for me to smell something is remarkable. Maybe even a molasses note on the nose. Certainly not honey. All in all, it's a very pleasant nose, but faint because of my lack of nose power. So 8 points out of 10 for nose. Tasting, the all-important tasting. You get that roasted corn sweetness, molasses, the Texas funk, smoked chilies, perhaps. I mean, that Texas funk, that roasted corn. Even though this is not a smoked whiskey, and it was not aged in new charred oak, it's still, because of the Texas heat, has got this smoky, charred flavor to it, like smoked chilies maybe. There might be some leather and tobacco notes in there as well. What the bottle says, I just, rich notes of honeyed citrus. I don't get that at all. Stone fruit. I really don't get any fruit. Cinnamon, yeah, okay, I'll agree with the cinnamon. A rich roasted corn, absolutely. Caramel, yeah, caramel to molasses, somewhere in there. Definitely. So, tasting, this is a deeper, richer version of Baby Blue. And, if this is fading out of production, out of marketing, I know they've had a cask strength True Blue for many years, and so maybe because it's too close to Baby Blue, and it's halfway between the Baby Blue and the cask strength, maybe, I don't know. I'd just be really disappointed if this goes away. So tasting, 24 points out of 25. Mouthfeel and finish. Now, this does have, I think, a nicer mouthfeel than Baby Blue. It's a little bit thicker, richer, obviously. But I've read a couple of reviews that said, hey, there was no burn to this. I don't know what they're drinking, but it's not this. Now, I'm not burn sensitive, okay? I was raised eating hot peppers from toddler on up. So chili patines, jalapenos, you know, I've had all kinds of hot peppers, cayennes, obviously. So I'm not sensitive to heat, but I appreciate heat. I love the heat. That's why I eat hot peppers. That's one reason I drink whiskey. Now, I like a smooth whiskey like an Irish or Canadian, but this is a mouth punch. I get an immediate burn at the front and then again at the tail end. It goes up into my sinuses and the back of my throat, you know, and it's rich. I love that. So, you know, bonus points for that. It's not an ethanol burn at all. No, this is a nice, pleasant, flavorful burn. Okay, it hits up front and on the back end. So if you're looking for a smooth, gentle whiskey, this is not that. But neither is it harsh. I would not ever call this harsh. This is well-rounded, but it's got a nice throat punch to it. Long finish that features the corn and the Texas funk, both. And the cinnamon is in there as well, the spiciness there. So mouthfeel and finish, 15 out of 15 points for sure. Yeah, that's just good stuff. Price, value, and availability. On the website for Total Wine here in Fort Worth, it's listed at $47.99, but then it says out of stock. And then it says more is expected November of 22. I will start looking for this in November of 22 because Specs doesn't even list it. Goody Goody doesn't even list it. I haven't seen it in stores lately. So it's not on the website for Balcones. So is this going away? I don't know. I purchased this in 2020. So, you know, I've had this for over 2 years, I guess. And I'm pretty sure I paid about $50 for it. But if this goes away, oh, man, I'll be severely disappointed because I really, really like this. Well, I mean, all the Balcones are my favorite. What can I say? So price, value, availability, man. The point value here is 10 points, but I'm gonna have to knock it down because it's not available anymore. 6 out of 10. If you can find this for $50, get one, get two, get three. Yeah. Neat or mixer. This is perfect neat. At 100 proof, absolutely perfect for me. But I think it would kick butt in a cocktail. I'm sure it would. This would go great in an old fashioned. I'm sure this would go great. I mean, if you were going to ruin this with Coke, I suppose you can, but this is good. Yeah, it'd be good with ice for those who are a little bit proof shy. So 5 points. Bonus points. Of course. I mean, this is 80 miles from my home. It's got a great Texas taste. Now it's possibly rare to going extinct. I don't know what's happening with this. But bonus points, 5. 5 out of 5. This gives me a total score of 90. Because that availability thing really hurt the score. Definitely. But my letter grades, A+, is based primarily on flavor. There you go. Enjoyability. Absolutely. My recommendation. If you want a first-class, awesome taste of Texas and can handle the 100 proof that this whiskey gives, and it's a throat punch. I mean, that 100 proof comes through. Then, you know, if you like all that, then this whiskey is for you. If you're a bit proof shy and you don't really like to burn, I would say put it on ice. See if that works for you. This whiskey is just another must try if you want to drink your way around Texas. If you want to see what corn whiskey is all about, here you go. Try this and then follow it up with mellow corn. Right? Now, keep in mind there's a $40 price difference between mellow corn and Balcones True Blue. So, you know, is it $40? Is that $40 worth it? I think so. Absolutely. I might not ever buy another mellow corn. I've had one bottle and it was okay. I mean, wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. No, I mean, it has good points. But this I could drink daily and be happy. Mellow corn, not so much. My conclusion: if this whiskey really is going away, it will be a tragic loss for the Texas whiskey world. Now, can you make a case for having 3 Balcones blue corn whiskeys? Baby Blue, True Blue 100, and True Blue Cask Strength? I think so. Absolutely. Well, that's all for this episode of Stab the Dragon. Out here.